give you the injury report as I have it. First, as of right now, these guys would be day-to-day. Waller, Patrick, Perryman, Nick Kwiatkowski, Nassib, and Corey Littleton. We know of Kenyan Drake is going to need surgery. He'll be leaving in a few days, I think, going to Birmingham to take care of his ankle. And then two guys we hope to have back in practice. We got Mullen back a little bit last week. We're hoping to get a little bit more to him. Hopefully it looks better at the end of the week, and we'll get Phylon back, it looks like, on Wednesday, and have a report about how he does by the end of the week.
I don't know much. I assume you're not much of a Twitter guy, but
I'm not a Twitter guy. You can assume correct on that.
Kenyan Drake last night after the injury, I know there's frustration, went off about the type of tackle that was done on him that got him hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were able to hear about it or see it, or if you had any thoughts about the type of tackle and maybe the legalities of guys pulling down and rolling.
Yeah, I did hear about it, and I'm sure, I know Kenyan's, I know him a long time, and I know he's very frustrated. Certainly his last two injuries have come from that type of a rolled-up tackle. When you look at the play on tape, it did not look intentional. I think he got himself in a funky body position at the end when he went to finish a little bit. The guy kind of rolled him over and he got his ankle caught underneath there. So I can't speak on the first one that happened to him when he got his last injury. It didn't look intentional. Certainly it ended up being a roll-up position at the end. I know he's a little bit frustrated about getting injured again, but it just did not look that intentional on film.
There's a roughing the passer call on Max Crosby, and it's kind of a bigger picture type of question. I guess by the letter of the law, it looks feasible, but you've been around football for a long time. What's a defensive player supposed to do in that situation when they're just making the regular?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I also thought if you look at the end of that play, Max tried to put his hands out and didn't try to land on him with all his body weight, and so I don't have an answer. We didn't like the call. We certainly didn't like the call at that situation, and there's a bunch of no-call type situations against our number 98 as well. But I didn't think it was at that time. The way in which he landed, it wasn't head-to-head, and again, I thought he tried to put his hands out the best he could, not to put all his body weight on him, and that's a judgment call that they make, and we had to live with it.
Look, I don't want to dive into specific words necessarily, I guess, but is day-to-day for Waller signifying improvement from week to week?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. He's dealing with two things. He's dealing with the knee and the oblique or the rib, whichever one it is, and he got continually a little bit better towards the end of the week. That's kind of why we kept him in a day-to-day. And then visiting with Chris today, our trainer, same deal. And I just saw Waller a little bit, and I think he'll get hopefully going maybe out of the pool here in a few days or maybe even tomorrow. But, yeah, I'd like to keep him day-to-day. He's kind of earned the right to be day-to-day and let us know how he feels as we get going through the week.